Hello my magic beach bums, I am Yomi, welcome to today's teaching. Before I tell you today's story, please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out when we upload new lessons. Today I am going to tell you a story, to teach you how having a stubborn attitude can serve you well at times in your life. My hope is that you will use this teaching to overcome the difficult challenges and obstacles that life may present you with. In the Peruvian city of Jerez, there lived a farmer called Alejandro. One day, there was a powerful storm, and Alejandro watched the wild weather from the window of his home on his hacienda. Hour after hour passed, and he prayed his animals and crops would survive such strong wind and torrential rain. After almost a full day had passed, the wind died down. Although the sun was now finally breaking through the dark clouds, the rain continued to fall. However, the farmer decided that now was the right time to come out of his house, to assess the damage. First he checked the crops and was relieved to see that the avocado, blueberries and asparagus were all intact. As the rain continued to fall around him, the ground remained slippy and difficult to grip as he walked. Next he checked his wild stock, and was overjoyed to see the alpacas, cattle and horses had all survived. However, Emilio, his old mule, was nowhere to be seen. Over the next hour, the farmer searched his property, and eventually found Emilia. The aging mule had fallen into a deep pit, caused by the heavy rain. As Alejandro looked down at the old and heavy creature, he knew that it would be impossible to pull Emilio from the wet hole. The mule was too heavy to lift in these wet conditions, and the farmer felt that its weary bones would not survive such an ordeal. Although Emilio had been a loyal servant to the farmer, Alejandro saw no option. He walked across to the shed a few yards away, retrieving a shovel, and then returned to the pit. The farmer looked down at his old mule, his eyes welling with tears, for the decision he had just made. He spoke. "My old friend, this is a problem that I am unable to solve. You are far too heavy and weak now, and it is much too wet to pull you from the hole, and so unfortunately, I must put you out of your misery." Alejandro then dug the shovel into the ground, and began to throw dirt into the rainy ditch, shovel after shovel. As each pile of soil landed, the farmer was amazed to see, despite his best efforts to bury the mule, Emilio was resisting. The creature simply shook each mound of dirt from his back, as it landed. After some time, the rain stopped completely, and the mule managed to climb out of the ditch, over all the dirt that was thrown in after him. Although Emilio had been in a very deep hole, he had refused to submit to what seemed to be his fate. He simply shrugged the dirt from his shoulders, never giving up his will to climb out of the hole, and survive. So, for you who is listening to this story, what is the lesson for you here? We may have all unintentionally fallen into a hole, at some point in our lives. Some of us act like the mule and struggle, until we get out of the hole. Others may make a few attempts, but eventually give up, and allow ourselves to be buried by the problem we are facing. The difference between those who are able to climb out, and others who eventually give up, and stay in their hole, comes down to one's overwhelming desire to get out from under whatever is dragging them down, or trapping them. It is not a matter of simply hoping to get out of the hole, for people who possess this power, but rather a matter of when. A mule's persistence is a wonderful analogy for a person who never, ever considers defeat, or failure, as an option. Accepting defeat, it could be said, is accepting that life is done, that all the fighting is over, and you're just waiting for your turn to get smeared with the dirt our lives often throws at us. For many of us, the real problem is maintaining the stamina required to get out of one hole after another. Nobody said life was going to be easy, so start building your resilience and problem-solving skills. Always search for a solution, and never concede that any hole, no matter how deep, will get the better of you. So finally, my wonderful follower, be like a mule, a stubborn mule, and do what you must do, without considering whether or not you will ever succeed. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new teachings. Don't forget to check out the description for this video, because it includes some great links for you. Go make magic in your life and tell us about it in the comments! See you real soon right here at my magic beach!